Greetings and salutations from central Louisiana, just about 4 miles west of Dry Prong. I've talked about tractors off and on. I have not talked about the one in the background here, which is a 1937 Farmall F20. I'll show the serial tag later on, but like I say, I haven't talked about this one, so we'll do a walk around today. It's too hot to do much else. Alright, this is the Farmall F20 1937 manufacturing date, the best of my knowledge. I'll check the tag later on and give y'all an absolute in the video. I acquired this about 2.5 years ago and haven't done much with it. We did try to crank it a little bit. It is a little stiff, but it's free as far as the pistons and all, and it did grumble several times, but it does not like me, so I've yet to get it really up and running. I'll back up and get a bigger picture of it. So it's in pretty fair shape. I did high heat prime the manifold there a little bit to give it a little bit of color. Before I got it, had been out in the weather, and I have returned it out in the weather here recently, getting ready to pull the John Deere B in underneath the shed so I can do some work to it. But all in all, this tractor is complete and in pretty fair shape. It's all there. We did, you notice the front wheels here, these are cut-offs. Originally they were all steel wheels, and they were cut off and welded a rim on them. I had to replace the tires on this when I got it, because the original tires were just flat out dry rotted beyond use. It is a crank start tractor, as evidenced by this. So it has the cultivator item, which allows the cultivators to follow the movement of the tractor. Air cleaner. International, what do it say? Air clean. With the instructions on a, looks like an aluminum tag braided to the air cleaner stack there. Originally it had a chrome, someone made a makeshift chrome guard right here that was rather tacky looking, and I removed. But it has had some damage at one point in time right here. I don't know if it was a stick or whatever, but it had some radiator damage, and somebody patched it with, it looks like JB Weld or epoxy, but as long as it holds, that's great on my end. Some of you might ask, what is this pulley right here too? It does go back up here, and it is activated by this. As this turns, that arm moves back and forth, and that's part of the braking system. It is, ignition is magneto driven. It is water cooled. I do have a belt pulley for it. I haven't put it on there yet, but it did not come with a belt pulley. All you do is you take this blank out off and you slide it up on there and you bolt it back on, but I haven't been in the mood to drain it to do that. Surprisingly enough, sitting here looking, this looks a lot like the drive shaft joint that's inside my Farmall H. Very similar to it in a way, especially right here with these bolts and these rubber bushings in here. At some point in time, I believe somebody replaced the gas cap on it, because you got one that resembles the replacement that they offer you for the, give you a vented gas cap. Tires on this tractor are not very good, but if I keep them aired up, I probably can use them for a while just here local. The rear wheels as well as the front wheels are cut-offs. They're originally steel wheels that were cut off and then had a pneumatic rim welded on them. This one here on the rear, both of them are problematic in that they are split rim, which is, in other words, for instant death. Split rims have to be handled very carefully, otherwise they will blow off with the air pressure in there, and there have been many persons injured fatally and otherwise by dealing with split rim tires. So in the future, I'll be cutting these rims off and welding in a regular pneumatic rim that's not split rim. We come around the back and look in. This tractor's seen many years of hard work. Drawbar's intact. It's been some farm hand repairs done right here. This cracked fitting has a bolt through here. And if you look every now and then, you'll come across a stainless steel bolt, which I don't believe is original to the tractor, so evidently they lost them somewhere. And this is a lift-all unit. By you activating this lever here, you can lift these arms up and down, I'm sure for the cultivators. But I mentioned earlier the brakes. You have a hand brake there, as well as a steering brake. Hand brake, you pull back on it, and then it will activate the brakes. The steering brake is you turn it hard to the right or to the left, and this cable here, which runs all the way around, as the wheels turn one way or another, they activate the brake through these cables. There's one on each side, which is unusual, kind of interesting. It's, you know, more modern tractor, you got foot brakes. You step down on one and it'll spin it, but right here, when you turn it hard, it activates the brake on the side in which you're turning, which causes the outbound wheel to turn faster and spin you, make the turn faster. So, but this is going to be an interesting one when I can get it time to get it up and running. It is, as I said, a 1937, if I remember my models correctly. Cut off wheels, cut-offs as people would recognize it. You see the other side of the pulleys that I was talking about, and the mechanism up front as the wheel turns. Then this moves side to side, and which activates the cable here, which goes back to the brake shaft and activates the brakes, so left or right. See, it does have gas and the advance lever up there right behind the steering wheel. Have to look at this to see. This one on the outside, this one right here, I believe is the spark, and this is the gas. So when you're trying to hand crank this tractor, you want to retard the spark so it doesn't kick back on you. And once it gets up and running good, you want to advance it so it runs a little bit better. But I'm trying to show as much as I can, just the bits and pieces here, and avoid a little bit of dead air. If y'all got any requests about this tractor, you can ask me in the comments, and I'll try to answer them. I don't know that I would be able to give a coherent answer, but I will try. But this is my 1937 Farmall F20. And one day soon, I hope you can see me parading up and down the street on it.